welcome to the girls. We're so happy that you joined us today from wherever you're watching, whether it's on TV or on any of your devices now that we're seen all over the world, right, Janine?
Yeah, the app. I love the app. I watch from the app.
Do you watch from the app?
I'm a tech girl.
Well, how about, you could go onto YouTube now and subscribe and watch us there too.
Yes, we're techie.
We're very techie.
And we're here at the Laurel Mall location in our cozy studio because we'd like to shop. So it's a 2-for-1. You work, then you shop.
Yeah, and there's
Work,
another reason you like
shop.
it here because of the wine shop, right?
Shop, drink. See? See how that goes? So what's going on?
Well, what's going on? Let's see. I enjoyed watching the Olympics so much. I know that it was a while ago, but it always leaves a lasting impression on me because I'm just so into these people, and I just wonder how they dedicate their whole life for that one moment. I mean, they're skiing for maybe since they're 3 years old, and now they're 25, which is considered over the hill, by the way. But anyhow, so for 22 years they're skiing, they're dedicating their life to this, and then they get to ski down the slope, and if they don't qualify, it's almost like their 4 seconds is over. By now it's 100th of a second that they have in competition. So a lot of people were making comments about how the United States didn't do that great this year. Well, I, on the other hand, think that they did fabulous, but I think the other countries are catching up with us. That's what I think is what's happening. Only because if you looked at the times of some of them. Anyhow, so I'm the big Olympic girl. I watched every single thing. What I couldn't watch, I recorded and made sure that I had to watch later. But I was watching the one night, and they were showing some of the great souvenirs from the Olympics. And of course, it was the Winter Olympics, so they had gloves. And the girl went on, and she showed these cute gloves because the way they're colored, they make a heart. And so I'm like, oh my God, these are like the cutest things. So now me, of course, have to Google everything. So I Googled about these gloves, and they were available to buy. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't have to go to the Olympics, but it has Pyeongchang here from the Olympics. So I was basically not there, but I was there and have a piece of the Olympics. These came right from there.
See, and I was on Amazon Googling gold medal because I figured maybe I could get one of those for myself, but they didn't have those on Amazon Prime.
Well, you're the mother of the year. You don't need another medal. How about that's the best job ever?
You know, switching gears, our guest today is going to be talking about leadership and about being in pageants. And it brings me back to the time that I tried out for a pageant.
Oh,
do you remember this?
I do remember this.
And my mom decided that she was going to trim up my unibrow. All right? Great story. I have 2 marks on both of my eyebrows because she didn't Mother of the Year. I didn't want her to wax them, so she was plucking them and then cutting them, and so good. Ow! All right, scar there. Let's see the other one. Ow! Scar there. So needless to say that I really am scarred for life. But that was a fun time that we went and we did the pageant. And you always let me try stuff once or twice and see if we liked it. But today we have someone on the show, and we're going to talk about pageants because I'm not a pageant lover, but this one is near and dear to my heart. It's not about being all glammed up. It's about what they do on the inside, their mission, and it's about inspiring others. Leadership positions, the year of the woman, right?
That's every year.
Well, true.
I'm so over that. It's always the year of the woman.
The years of the women.
Yes.
So today we have a really special guest on. We have Caroline Jones. She is Miss Greater Hazleton, and she's with us. It's not only about pageants. If you have a son or daughter, sit them down and watch the show. It's about leadership, taking action as a parent. Not always the easiest job to make those decisions. You're not always the popular one, right?
You're not supposed to be popular.
You've made those decisions.
You're not their friends. That comes later in life.
If you're saying no, then you're a good mama.
That's right. What did I tell you? It's better you cry now than I cry later. So get over yourself.
I'm an ugly crier. Anyway, so thanks for joining us here on The Girls. Whether you're watching us online, you're watching us on the app, or on cable, we welcome you to download our app. We're going to be giving away some merchandise this season. Everyone talks about our mugs, which they like, how you can get it. You can get us. You can get this through the website and through the app.
And our t-shirts.
Yes, and our t-shirts, which we love. We need to get more of those. And we have wine glasses too, which we're probably gonna have to order more of. Anyway, download the app. It's free, and you can do that from any device. And we're gonna have some fun on there this season.
Okay, stay with us. Make sure that you watch the commercials too, because these people are the sponsors of our show.
Thank you
Without
very
them,
much.
we wouldn't have one. So we'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome back. You're watching The Girls. We're at the Laurel Mall location and it's a new season, right?
It is a new season and I'm so excited about it because we have some great guests.
Yeah.
Among them being Miss Greater Hazleton.
Yes.
Caroline Jones. Caroline, like Sweet Caroline from Neil Diamond. That's how, and you're all dressed in all these diamonds. I walked in and you're just like glowing like the Aurora Borealis.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Even the ring. You got to show the ring.
Even the ring. I know, I was bedazzled. There's a cute story that comes with that ring that she was telling me about, where you got that from.
Yeah, my last director gave it to me, actually. It matches my crown pin that I got right before my interview for Miss Pennsylvania last year. So it's brought me some good luck.
And that's an authentic Miss America
It is.
pin, isn't it?
Yes.
So I don't think just luck comes with this, though, everything that you've accomplished,
Lots
because
of
you're
prep
very
work.
accomplished yourself.
Thank you.
And so how long have you been having in mind that you wanted to aspire to maybe be Miss Greater Hazleton or be Miss Pennsylvania or whatever your aspirations were? How young were you when you thought maybe you were a little different and you wanted to strive for something like that?
I was 17, so I actually hadn't been doing pageants my whole life, but right after I got my first children's book published, One More Book Please, I was trying to do something to get out in the community, and I had this crazy idea one day that I wanted to try to be Miss America. My parents were thinking I was crazy for even thinking about that, but I competed for my very first local pageant, Miss Northeastern Pennsylvania, and I won that, and it was such a great experience that the Miss America organization has brought me so many different opportunities to promote my platform and has helped me form great relationships and obviously scholarship money because the Miss America organization is a scholarship pageant, and so I decided to just keep going, and this is my 5th year in the Miss America organization.
And you mentioned your platform, which is?
Yes, my platform is called the Read to Succeed Project, and it's a movement and program to promote literacy and education for children.
Let's back it up a little bit and talk about the background of the Miss Greater Hazleton Scholarship Program, because we talk about pageants, and sometimes when people hear pageants, they think, oh, this is a beauty contest and it's all about makeup and hair and the exterior. But this program formed, years ago. It has to do with scholarship and education.
Absolutely. It's really about empowering women and serving others in the community and giving us chances to be able to get out and serve others and use our crown and sash as a platform and a bigger microphone to be able to reach more people.
Yes, so it formed 5 years ago.
Yes, the Miss Greater Hazleton. Yep, it's 5 years old now.
Yeah, and Sherry?
Sherry is great. Sherry's my director, and so she's my mentor for the year, so she helps me to be able to prepare for Miss Pennsylvania and helps me get more appearances.
Yes, so from the establishment of the program, how has the scholarship program helped you in this title of Miss Greater Hazleton?
So as far as the scholarships, I'm a senior at King's College, which I love. King's College.
Little
and
shout
I
out to
teach
King's.
there
Yes.
too. And so definitely the scholarship aspect of the Miss America organization has helped me throughout King's College to be able to afford education.
That's wonderful. Well, we're very familiar with King's College, and they do provide a wonderful education, but you also do something else there. You're a yoga instructor.
I am a yoga instructor.
Fun facts we have.
Fun
Fun facts. We were digging here a little bit, so you're an accomplished pianist as well.
Yes.
And you were invited somewhere special to play.
Somewhere special to play.
You were invited to play for, wasn't it for one of the priests or for somewhere?
Oh, yeah,
reading?
yeah.
Yes.
I did do
See,
that
I was
as
reading all
well.
about you. You're very well known.
Fine
Thank
priest
you.
on the
Thank
script.
you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, was she at Disney? Was she like, I'm thinking like where? So
Yeah, I'm always
you
playing all over the place. I actually used to play at Dementi's restaurant.
Oh, how about that?
So that was a really great opportunity for me to, start playing more. And then I started playing at weddings and do events all the time, and I love it. I've been playing for 17 years.
For any small girls that are watching, or maybe there's teenagers watching the show, just talk to them directly about, you said you wanted to be Miss America, and maybe you thought, oh God, that's something not attainable. I think sometimes kids think, oh, this is a crazy idea. I'm not going to bring it up to mom and dad. So just some advice to, some maybe boys and girls watching that are thinking about, what do I want to be when I grow up? Or what do I want to do, when I'm 18 years old?
Yep. As far as Miss America, definitely it's the average girl. We're not, we're not we're not in Hollywood. We're not anything super special. I don't live in a castle. I get that question all the time, which I think is so weird to me because I never would have even thought about that. We're just normal people that are hardworking, and we have goals and we want to pursue them. So definitely set a goal and pursue it, whatever you're passionate about.
Set a goal, put a deadline on it, and then you will accomplish it. That's the thing that I tell my kids all the time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and this book that you wrote,
Yes.
this one is called The Line Leader. It's one of several books that you've
Yes.
written, correct? What was was this the first book?
So my first book was One More Book, Please, which is right here in English and Spanish.
Which I love, that you're bilingual.
Yeah, I'm not fluent, but enough to be able to translate this book and to go to Ecuador with my Spanish version.
And how old were you when you wrote that book?
I was 17.
17
So
years old
I
and
got
wrote
this published right before my senior year in high school. I was sorting books in the community of northeastern Pennsylvania, and I realized that there are so many children that don't own their own books and don't know how to read. And I was so shocked because I always had a voracious appetite for reading when I was a child. And I assumed that a lot of children also grew up loving books, but then I realized in high school that that's not always the case. And I really wanted to be able to encourage other children to love reading because it's so important.
That is a good point to make because of technology, which can be a good or bad thing.
Absolutely.
Kids have this, and they have gaming, and they do that instead of actually reading
picking up a
actual
book and
book. I
reading
know
it.
even with my students for my public speaking class, I said, I know you love Google, but for your final, you need one of these. This is called a book, and this is called a library, and we walk over to the library, and we, I make them learn about using a library because kids just use their phones.
Well, it's such a wealth of information.
And that's it.
And as this book says, you always have a great topic in your book as well, The Line Leader. And I'm going to show it to everybody out there. It is available at lineleader.com.
Lineleaders.org, yes.
Oh, sorry, .org. And the book is an easy read. Even I was able to read it. But it's all about a classroom filled with little characters who are animals, and they have to decide who's going to do which job. And everybody is suited for a job in the classroom except for the one little one, but that little one ends up being the one that was the one that coordinated everything. So it's a great leadership book. The illustrations are really cute in here. I think everybody will enjoy them. It's very colorful. And even in the back, you have questions then for the child who's going to read that. And I just think it's such a great, great tribute to your thinking about leadership and teaching people about how they work together and everybody can be a leader and everybody is a leader in everything that they do is what I got from the book.
What grade is this for? What age are your books for?
Kindergarten through third grade, depending on the reading level.
Gee, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the great thing about, and I'm sure if you read to your kids, you can relate or did read to your kids, because I used to spend hours reading to my children when they wanted me in their rooms. And I love the questions in the back because that's a chance to, first of all, see if they're listening, and second of all, put leadership down to their level as far as explaining leadership or what leadership means to them. Because sometimes as an adult, you're thinking as an adult and you're trying to put it in kid terms. And
it's such an abstract concept that's very difficult to explain for some children because it's so abstract. And a lot of children think that a leader is only a person with a position of authority, so a line leader or a president or a teacher. But being able to show children that that's not necessarily what a leader is, it's really cool to be able to switch their mindset.
and build their self-confidence.
Yes, and you co-wrote this with Dr.
I did, Dr.
Sachik?
Sachik. Yes, so Dr. Sachik, he was formerly a professor at Wilkes University. Now he's a professor at the University of Florida, and he co-wrote it with me. He has his PhD in leadership, which is my academic aspirations.
Nice.
And yes.
And you have another book that will be
I do.
coming out as well that you co-wrote with Senator Yudichia.
Yes, I did.
How
It's
exciting.
called We Saved the Bees and Butterflies.
And how do you come up with the ideas for these?
Every book was a little bit different. For this book, I came up with the idea because I wanted to promote literacy, and so I made the story about reading and education and kids enjoying reading. And for that book, I wanted to switch gears and do animals. I did a lot of research with that book. Dr. Sachik and we actually went to different classrooms and we interviewed children about their perceptions on leadership, and then we wrote the book, rewrote it. We really wanted to know what was going through children's minds when we asked them what a leader is.
So start to finish, how long did it take you to write this book?
A little over 2 years.
See, what an undertaking, but it was
Absolutely,
a great
but
result.
so worth it.
All right, you're watching The Girls here on SSP TV, ssptv.com, and the app. We're going to talk about it all season long because we're going to be giving away some prizes randomly to those who are downloading the app and watching us there. We have Caroline Jones. She is Miss Greater Hazleton 2018. Hey, I love fun facts. We're going to talk about some of hers when we come back.
Yeah, and I'm going to snag that crown. Isn't it gorgeous?
Hey guys, you're watching The Girls. We're back here at the Laurel Mall location. If you're just joining us, we are with the Miss Greater Hazleton pageant winner, and that is Caroline Jones, 2018 winner. I should say scholarship program instead of pageant. And we're happy to have you because this season, like all seasons, we like to, you know, inspire young women, and also I like to include the boys there with looking at what they want to be, who inspires them. We've talked about leadership roles, so we're really excited to have you here at such a, what are you, 18?
I'm 21.
Oh my God, you look like a baby. She's 21. You're so old now, right?
Yes.
But you've accomplished so much. And I wanted to talk about some of her fun facts because on here, not only are you a musician and you're a yoga instructor at King's, right?
Yes.
I'm going to try to take one of her classes. But we won't record that because it'll be
Okay.
very ugly looking.
And I'm sure you don't teach with your crown on.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
That
Oh,
would be
wait.
a challenge.
You were training for a half marathon.
I am.
I did that one year. It was like, you know, I ran for a whole year and then it was like Forrest Gump, done. Like I just stopped running one day because
funny.
I was done. So you're training for your first
I am.
one.
It's in April.
You know that's what happened.
I'm laughing because I'm picturing when I was running
Yeah.
and running with you and Sammy around the circle by our house, and we were running down a hill. And I just got going and I couldn't stop, and I ran right over Sammy. And just right over him.
Poor Sammy. I know we're
ran
off
over
on a tangent, but Sam always gets hurt. Like he'll be golfing with Dad, and he'll be like, you
ball
know,
slice it to the left.
Dad'll cut, you know, the swing and hit Sammy in the head. You know, he's always the one getting hurt.
Yeah, well, let's get back to the crown because you know
Sam.
me with the crown.
Be careful.
There's a
Do you need a
purpose
helmet
now with
out
this.
there?
When you are crowned for whichever
Yes.
title, there are 4 points on the
Yes.
on the crown, and they do have a meaning because it is a very significant role.
Yeah, so the crown actually stands for service, style, scholarship, and success. Each one of these 4 points means something different. And so for service, of course, it's a service-based organization where every contestant has to have a platform, which is something that you're very passionate about promoting, as we talked about. And then style, success, all the girls are so successful, and scholarship, because it's actually the largest scholarship organization in the world for young women.
Yes. It's wonderful. And this was the first actual pageant that you entered, is that correct?
No, 5 years ago.
Oh,
was.
5 years.
But she won it.
Pennsylvania. I did.
And
yes.
that's crazy. Like it was your first pageant and you won it.
Yes.
I'm sure Mom was a little shocked. I mean, everyone thinks their kid is the best on stage, but when you actually win, you're like,
I was shocked.
oh my God, this is my first pageant and I won? Whoop, whoop. Like, I probably came in dead last in the one that my mom cut off my eyebrows and left me with scars. But anyway, we talked about that in the beginning of the program, right?
So the pageant has led you to meet a lot of interesting people, I'm sure, and
Like
I'm sure
us.
that there's a lot.
Yes.
There are a lot of nice people that you've met and interesting places that you've gone. So you're a world traveler as well. Where have you traveled?
So I got to study abroad in Poland, Austria, Hungary, Czech Republic, and Slovakia. And it was amazing. I'm actually going to Italy again in a couple months, which I'm very excited about, also to study through King's College. And then the pageant also helped me to get to Ecuador. I was able to partner with a foundation in Ecuador to donate my Spanish book to children that were in Ecuador in poverty. And I was able to spend time with them and read to them and help tutor them. And it was a great experience.
So now will you travel by yourself, or will Mom go with you as a chaperone, or
No,
you're there
my mom
just
hasn't
4
gone with
months
me
and
for my international travels, but she is very supportive with coming to appearances with me.
I fold nicely into a suitcase or carry-on.
Yeah, you
Or
want me to
flat
bring you
straight
out?
now.
she'll be the
But
flat
carry-on,
to
you don't even have to pay. It's just like, whoop, and there you go. What do you think? I'll come support you.
Okay.
How about it?
We'll support you. In fact, we'll do the Girls International. We'll just have that
I
over
like
there
it.
as well. So what's in your plans now for the future?
For the future, so my goal is to earn a master's and PhD in leadership, and so I have applied to grad schools. I was accepted to a couple grad schools, and now I'm just trying to make some decisions and figure out what I'll be doing in the future.
That's so exciting.
I graduate in May, so I'm at that time in my life where I have to make a lot of big decisions.
And do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have a little sister. She is a freshman at King's as well. Very close with her.
And
And her
she's
name
going
is?
for?
She is in the Villanova and King's 3-3 program for law school, so she wants to be a federal prosecutor.
How about that?
Wonderful.
Mom
And her
Dad
name
did
is
a good
Rachel?
job with these
Yeah,
kids.
Rachel?
And I'm majoring in business management and marketing at King's.
So you'll be able to manage your sister when she's just having
Absolutely.
all of her empire of things.
You're older, so you're in charge.
Yes.
All right, so if people are just joining us, we are with Caroline Jones. She's Miss Greater Hazleton. And we need to plug the program because you can get involved in the program. This year it's November 18th, and it's going to be at MMI. And we want to include as many girls as possible. And how do they apply for being in
So
the
you can
scholarship
go on the
program?
website. You could also follow our page on Instagram or Facebook
Okay.
to get information. The applications will be coming out most likely in the summer, sometime after the state pageant. So you have a lot of time right now to think about it and prepare.
Yeah, think about what you
What are
want to
the
do for your
ages?
talent.
What are the ages of
talent.
them?
Hold on, the talent's important because sometimes people don't want to go in it because they're like, oh, what am I going to do for talent? So this is something you could think about right now.
Absolutely. For talent, I've seen contestants read poetry, play different instruments, sing, dance. I play the piano. I'm playing Pirates of the Caribbean for the state pageant, which is exciting.
Nice. All right, and I'm sorry that you wanted to
Yeah,
know
what are the
ages.
ages that
Yeah, so
people
for
they can apply?
the Miss division, from 17 to 25 years old, they actually upped the age division by a year this year.
I just
which is
missed it.
exciting. Oh, you just missed it.
Son of a gun.
But we do have a teen program for those who are in high school and a little bit younger in middle school. But all the information and the specific details is all on the website. So I highly encourage anyone, any female, to apply. It's a great experience, whether you win the crown or not.
And
And
again,
also-
what are the categories that they will be judged in so they can't progress? So it's
Yeah, so talent. There's evening gown, which is when you wear a gown, you walk on stage, it shows your poise and your elegance. There's swimsuit, which shows not only your fitness, but also how confident you are in yourself. There is onstage question, where you answer the question on stage. And then there's interview, which is your time where you get to be in front of the panel of judges and they can ask you anything.
wow, that's exciting, but it's probably nerve-wracking, isn't it?
Yeah, I do get nervous sometimes, but I have to remind myself, why I'm there, and I try not to get nervous.
I always say if you're prepared, then you shouldn't be nervous and always answer the questions honestly.
Well, you exude confidence.
Thank you.
And your mother and your father must be very proud of
Thank
you,
you.
not
They're-
only for your accomplishments, but just for the person that you are, because you're very down to earth. And you seem very comfortable with anybody, speaking with anybody, because you're just yourself. And I admire that.
Always be
you.
yourself, everyone else is taken.
Yes.
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah.
So, going back to the program, again, you can go online and go on the website if you want to research it. But again, you don't have to be, you didn't have to be in another pageant to actually compete in this scholarship program, right?
Yes, correct.
And you can win it.
Exactly.
Look at
So
you.
in November, I'll be crowning the next Miss Greater Hazleton. So if you want a chance to wear this crown, then definitely compete.
Okay, I could probably get that on Amazon Prime though. Just saying.
No.
But again, the book is available.
Lineleaders.org.
All right, and this is really good if you have kids that are kindergarten, first, second.
Kindergarten through third grade, absolutely.
Yeah, because then you read it to them and then they can read it to you.
Exactly.
And ask you questions at the end.
And how about
But
that would
why?
make such a
But
great
why?
gift for someone too, like when someone has a
Perfect
baby, it's
gifts.
a perfect gift to start someone with a
Birthdays,
collection
baby showers.
of books.
I sign all the books when I mail them out.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? So it's personally autographed.
Yes.
That is just amazing. Well, maybe you're going to write a book next time called The Girls.
Ooh, that's a good
That would be
idea.
kind of interesting. I know a couple of characters that would be in that book that you could probably teach a lot of things and what not to do, Mommy and me. But anyhow, we've enjoyed having you here so much.
Thank you so much.
We're going to continue to watch your
Career?
progress, your career, and everything that you do, especially when you go abroad. I still think we have to do the girls over there.
Fold
We're going to have
nicely
to
in the
just
suitcase
go
or
over there with
carry
you
on.
Is there anything in closing that you'd like to tell this wonderful audience that's watching? Anything that you'd like to leave as a final message for them? This is your platform.
As far as reading, definitely read to your children every day because that really helps them in their future success in life. And then for everyone in general, like you said before, with being yourself, that's the best advice I have for anyone thinking about competing in the pageant, just to be the most authentic and vibrant person that you can be.
Love
That's
it.
wonderful.
Caroline Jones.
Do you have a
Miss Greater
Facebook page?
Hazleton.
I do. My Facebook page is the Read to Succeed Project, and I have one for Miss Greater Hazleton 2018.
Okay, if anyone would like to reach out to you and ask
so if
any
you want to reach out to
questions.
me, ask me questions, message me, feel free to do that.
Okay, well, we've enjoyed
Thank
having
you so much.
Thank you so much.
If you want to leave your crown here, we'll watch it.
All right, well, we've had a great time with Caroline. We're going to continue on chatting here. If you'd like to watch again, you can watch us on YouTube. Make sure you download the app to your phone and tell all your friends about it. But we'll see you next time. We'll always have a great guest.